Good morning, beautiful people around the world, and welcome to Obinwannem English News Update. My name is Promise, the news presenter. On our news update this morning, according to Vanguard, Benue records 4 deaths, 16 suspected cases of cholera. Benue State has recorded 4 confirmed deaths and 16 suspected cases of cholera. State epidemiologist Dr. Henry Ijabu, who disclosed this to journalists in Makurdi, explained that the cases were recorded within 2024. According to him, the 16 cases were recorded in Agatu, Ado, and Otubo local government areas of the state. He pointed out that the 4 deaths were recorded while the investigation was ongoing and were yet to confirm the total fatality. He said they are not confirmed yet. The 4 died while we were still investigating. We had 1 suspected case in Agatu local government area some months ago, but we recorded 1 suspected case in Atubo local government area and another 9 in Ado local government area. We've arrested 4,000 criminals in 6 months, Lagos CP. Commissioner of Police, Lagos State Police Command, Fayode Adegoke, has disclosed that the command has arrested no fewer than 4,000 suspected criminals who have been prosecuted in court and sent to prison, while the foreigners among them were handed over to the Nigerian Immigration Service, NIS. The arrest and prosecution, it was gathered, followed an alarming influx of foreigners with questionable characters into Lagos State. These individuals, mostly from neighboring countries, reportedly sneaked into Nigeria and found their way to Lagos without proper documentation, making it difficult for authorities to track their activities. Many of these foreigners who are homeless have reportedly been linked to various criminal activities, including armed robbery, kidnapping, drug trafficking, and fraud. It was gathered that they often operate in syndicates using sophisticated methods to evade detection by law enforcement agencies. Some of them, it was gathered, have found alliances with local criminal gangs, further perpetuating the cycle of violence and crime in the state, leaving Lagosians feeling vulnerable and unsafe. Still on Vanguard, Naira depreciates to 1,535 per dollar in parallel market. The Naira yesterday depreciated in the parallel market to 1,535 Naira per dollar from 1,520 Naira per dollar on Wednesday. Similarly, the Naira depreciated to 1,520 Naira per dollar in the Nigerian Autonomous Foreign Exchange Market, NAFEM. Data from FMDQ showed that the indicative exchange rate for the NAFEM fell to 1,520 Naira 24 kobo per dollar from 1,512 Naira 61 kobo per dollar on Wednesday, indicating 7.63 depreciation for the Naira. The volume of dollars traded in the market rose by 51% to 173,000.51 US dollars million from 114.91 million US dollars traded on Wednesday. Consequently, the margin between the parallel market and NAFEM rates widened to 14.76 Naira per dollar from 7.39 Naira per dollar on Wednesday. And now moving to Punch. Nigeria wins right to host 5 billion US dollars African Energy Bank. Nigeria has been granted the hosting rights for the 5 billion US dollars African Energy Bank, the federal government announced on Thursday. It said the right was granted during a virtual extraordinary meeting of the Council of Ministers of the African Petroleum Producers Organization, adding that the hosting rights, the bank would have its headquarters in Nigeria. The Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, Senator Henneken Bobri, who announced this in Abuja, said Nigeria emerged as the preferred host nation amid stiff competition from Ghana, Benin, Algeria, South Africa, and Cote d'Ivoire. He said, "I want to announce to Nigerians that the Council of Ministers of the African Petroleum Producers Organization has just approved Nigeria to host the headquarters of the African Energy Bank." The biggest challenge we have in Africa as oil-producing countries is funding. And so a short while ago, the Council of Ministers held a meeting and said the time has come for Africa to find solutions to financing its oil and gas investments. Based on that, the idea of the African Energy Bank was conceived. We've been talking with our counterparts from other countries. 6 countries, including Nigeria, were competing to host the Energy Bank. Ghana, Algeria, Benin Republic, and others were competing with us. But today, I want to thank all of them, APPO and Nigerians, for their support. NNPC disagrees as reports puts petrol debt at $6 billion. Nigeria's debt to suppliers of premium motor spirits, popularly called petrol, has surpassed $6 billion, doubling what it was since early April, as the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited struggles to cover the gap between fixed pump prices and international fuel costs, 6 industries once sources told Reuters. Although this was swiftly described as false by NNPC on Thursday, the Reuters report stated that the National Oil Company began struggling early this year when late payments surpassed $3 billion. The company has still not paid for some January imports, traders said, and the late payments amount to between $4 billion and $5 billion. Under contract terms, NNPC is meant to pay within 90 days of delivery. The only reason traders are putting up with it is the $250,000 a month for late payment compensation, one industry source said. At least 2 suppliers already stopped participating in recent tenders after hitting self-imposed debt exposure limits to Nigeria, the sources said, meaning they will not send more PMS until they receive payments. And now on Sahara Reporters, Tinubu appoints Dangote Elumelu, others in Presidential Economic Council to drive oil outputs to 2 million barrels. President Bola Tinubu has inaugurated the Presidential Economic Coordination Council (PECC) and launched the Economic Stabilization Program to ensure maximum oil production, food security, among others. Tinubu said the 31-member council was set up to meet the need for innovative solutions to the country's economic challenges, noting the importance of public to private partnerships in driving economic reforms, according to a State House release on Thursday. We have the challenge of energy security in Nigeria. We need to work together to improve our oil and gas sector, and we must also increase electricity generation and distribution throughout the country. And now moving to Channels TV, federal government lists flood-prone states, says downpour may worsen cholera. The Minister of Water Resources and Sanitation, Joseph Salomon, raised the concern while addressing a press conference on Thursday. According to him, a total of 63 deaths and 2,102 suspected cases have been recorded already as of Wednesday, July 3, 2024, since the outbreak of the epidemic. Recent incessant rains have resulted in floods in some states and the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, a situation that prompted the minister to call on state governments across the country to intensify efforts in clearing drainages. He said, "We are calling on state and local government councils to intensify and step up efforts to avert flood-related disasters in their domains as we approach the peak of the flooding season." At the national, some states have started experiencing some level of flooding, and it associated disasters of April this year. So far, more than 3 states such as FCT have experienced high levels of flooding, with several casualties recorded, including displacement of people and loss of properties. And with this, we've come to the end of our news update this morning. A very big thank you for listening to Obinwannem News Hour. Please do ensure to follow Obinwannem Media platform to be updated anytime we come live. Thanks for listening and do have a lovely day. My name is still Oboh Promise, Obinwannem News presenter from Akwa-Ibom State. Bye-bye.